Let's film the progress of how my trees are growing after 3 years. First line of trees in front of the house. Nice little split. Another split here. Tops got trimmed off. Kind of trying to promote a thicker trunk down here so the tree doesn't snap. They're all doing fine, about the same old oaks. Now, second row of trees is the Drake elms. They look dead, but they're not dead. It's got a nice thick trunk. Nice split there. Another split here. Probably gonna be a nice one. This one here is a rain tree, my only rain tree. I planted 4 of them, 3 of them died because they were just sitting in a puddle of water in the summer when the rains came in. That was before I graded this property. You could see puddles of water here, puddles of water there. It's kind of disgusting. Once it started raining in about July, there's certain places you just couldn't mow till about November. Now it rains hard, everything dries up in a day. It's a good thing about grading your property, making sure water doesn't stand on the grass. It just kind of flows right down into that ditch there. I mean, you don't really have to have a ditch. If you want to truck in the materials, you could have just, raised it up and came down. It will just tie into the border of the property over there, but I dug this ditch just to get materials to kind of give it a nice slope. Look, there's one part over there that needs fixing. Let me show you real quick. See, it rained pretty hard last night. Looks like I need to throw in a bucket load of soil in here and raise it up a little bit. I don't like this. But you see, all the water just kind of slopes down, got stuck here. I'll fix this. Just gotta raise it. Soil must have eroded down to here. I fix this maybe once a month. It happens again. Look at that erosion. What I have to do is fix it and throw some sod on top of it. That's a project for later. That's the only puddle of water I see, except in the wetlands, where you don't mess with the wetlands. Just leave them as it is. Not supposed to disturb the ground near the wetlands. Here's another erosion part, not so bad, but last night's rain did it. Now I have this ditch over here, also sloping from there to there at not exactly 1% grade, but I try to do as 1% as possible, but then you couldn't do it after a certain point. You just have to lower your grading percentage, so otherwise you're gonna end up digging so deep down there. So you find the low point there, high point there, give it a nice smooth decline, so when this ditch dries up, you don't get a puddle here and then nothing here and then puddle here and nothing there. As you can see, it's working pretty good because this ditch was filled all the way to there. All of this is not grass because there's water on there. And as you can see, as it dries up, it kind of goes that way. Not totally perfect. There are some standing waters a little bit here and there, but what are you gonna do? It's probably because you got a whole bunch of dirt that just eroded away and dumped over here. That's why that puddle is not draining down to there. You just can't get it perfect on this. You grade the property, hope for no rain, and sod the whole thing with, you know, not grass seeds, but something like from a sod farm. You buy this grass patches and put them on there, and I'm not doing that. Too much work. What are you guys doing? So, Arco, you got the ball? Are you ready? Drop it. Now get back. Go get it. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you guys that snapped sycamore tree. It's right over there. Oh boy. So, get the sun behind us so it looks better. This is a one that didn't snap. It's nice and tall. You know, it was even taller. I did cut the top off. Are you supposed to? Who knows? You know, it's experimental. Wonder what those things are. Are they seed pods? I don't know. Are they some kind of a spider or a bug nest or a cocoon for something? Who knows? So, and this is the one that snapped off. Last summer, you got a rogue wind just came by and really snapped this thing in half right there. You see all of these? None of them were on it. This was all clear trunk, and the top of it just snapped off. There was no leaves, no nothing. So it just, you know, trimmed that top off with a chainsaw. It was kind of hanging down. You know, it didn't break completely off. So I cut that off, and I just left it there to see if it was gonna regrow again. And it looked very nice with leaves all over it. We're gonna see in March. I'm sure it's gonna come back, but you know, just because a tree breaks in half doesn't mean it's dead. The only thing that really kills a tree is if it gets too saturated there and the wind kind of knocks it all the way down, exposing the roots. I mean, you could still try to revive it. Most people don't. They just get rid of the tree, but I planted every single one of these with my own hands. And I'd like to see them grow. It's probably gonna look really beautiful in about 10 years. In my last house, I put a little oak. It was smaller than the ones that I have here, and it grew humongous, and I put a bougainvillea right next to it, and that climbed the tree and kind of like made it look like it was a flowering tree. Anyways, I sold that property last year, and I drove by it a couple of months ago, and the new owners just decided to cut the oak and the bougainvillea. Had I known, I would have tried to have it moved to over here. I mean, it would have probably been expensive, but I have seen people bring in huge trees, so it is doable. There's a will, there's a way. Right, Arco? Ready, set, go! Come on, goaties. Horny and fluffy. Hello. Can I look at your horns? No? Start another video. This has been 10 minutes.